Hey everyone, welcome to Subscribers to Sales. My name is Dawn and today we're talking about forming that perfect community. So if you have your own type of online business, maybe you have a membership, maybe you have a place where people can join you in a more exclusive way, and that could be like having a Patreon, having them, I don't know, join like an email list or whatever it can be. You will probably start to create some kind of following, some kind of community where people really want to see more of you. And so that is where you need to start learning the type of things that make a community really great so that your followers will keep following you. They want to know what's going on with you. They are followers for being followers. They want to share your life with other people too. And so this video is kind of dedicated to how to enrich your little community and how to make sure that you don't leave them hanging and that they actually want to come back for more from you. So the whole point of having a community is that you really nurture it. You want to make sure that you are actually giving them what they want. So especially if these are paying customers, like if you have a Patreon and you say like, hey, if you want some more videos specifically on this topic, then go check out my Patreon. Making sure that that community on Patreon is very satisfied with what they paid for. Or even if you have a membership, maybe you have a membership and maybe you have a little Facebook group in there where they can interact with you one-on-one, then making sure that that little community is nurtured and you're not just there. It's not just like a thing that they log into and there's nothing to see. They can log in and expect something from you. So you really have to do your best to ensure that everybody's happy at the end of the day. So how can you ensure that they always keep your love for you? Well, here's one of the first things you can do. All right, so the first thing you can do to ensure that you're really nurturing your community is by making sure you actually interact with them. This could be the easiest thing. It could be just like replying to their messages, whatever they post to, you have a little 2 cents in there. Like as long as you're actually interacting with them where they expect you to be interacting, then they're already going to be pretty happy for what they paid for. If you have a little bit of a larger audience, well actually like it could be mid-sized to larger, whatever. If you're able to do like the odd shout out to a community member who's going above and beyond and you recognize how hard they're working, maybe you're teaching, I don't know, quilting, and you can see this one person always put out their pictures of all their quilting like progress, then give them a shout out. Like that is gonna inspire everybody else in your community to be like, oh my gosh, I want a shout out. And so definitely encourage that. Give a little shout out here and there. If you're not able to do a full response to every single post or comment, then that shout out is a really good way to just show that you are still engaged with your community. The next thing you can do is really make sure you have something that they can look forward to. So if you say, hey, if you're part of this community, you get 2 calls a week from me, like a group call, like every first and last day of the month, I don't know, then make sure that those actually come through. You actually come through with those calls. If you say like, hey, I really want to make sure that we do like a fun little game once a month, then do the game. Have some prizes. Make sure that whoever is going into your community knows what they're expecting from you. And so if that is live calls, if that is games, if that is whatever interaction with you, that you actually pull through with it and you make it happen. And having calls is a really great way for them to engage with you. Even if that's just like less than an hour of a call, then you already did your part to make sure that you're nurturing that community. If you want some really great examples of community building in a YouTube setting, then definitely the ones that I love to watch are the Fitness Marshal. He does these incredible fun dances to actually like really popular songs. And if you were to join his membership on YouTube directly, then you actually get like a weekly dance with him, like a live dance with him. And it's really fun. And he shows up every single week to do those live dances. It is so much fun. I actually paid for it for a while because I was like, I love this guy. And I always expected that dance to happen like once a week. amazing. Another really great YouTuber who does this is Christina Randall, and she actually does an entire YouTube channel on true crime and all of these really interesting things. And a lot of her topics she can't really just talk about on YouTube due to their guidelines and policies. And so she says, hey, if you want to hear more about these cases and like the crazy dirty details, like check me out on Patreon. Like I will tell you all about them over on Patreon. And so then on Patreon, like she has her own community who are paying her to just say a little bit more details than she would in her YouTube videos. And so that's another great way. And it's something that they expect and then they receive it. And she interacts with people all the time on there. So people who would buy that would be already happy with what they're getting. Also, an amazing woman who literally blew up in the last year. Her name is Emily D. Baker. She is a lawyer. She was a district attorney in Los Angeles, I believe. And now she just talks about cases that are happening, like trials as they happen, on YouTube directly. As far as I know, she doesn't have a membership that people pay for her community. However, she does have this amazing live session, feels like almost every day, where she is talking to people directly on live, and she goes through comments if people are asking questions about cases that maybe they don't understand, like terminology or processes. Then she's just there to be like, yeah, this is how it works. Let me break it down for you. But like having that community, people feel like they're really talking to her face to face. And so she's created this amazing community. She calls her little community a bunch of law nerds, which is so cute. And like she really knows how to like make everybody feel welcome, and like she breaks it down in a way that anybody could understand her perfectly. And so that is what you want to do. That's what you want to do with your community. You want to make them feel like they're part of their family. Make them like excited for this topic that everybody else in there is also excited about. And so just make sure you do that. So before we keep going, I just want to point out that if you are looking to outsource your editing for your YouTube videos, check out our editors down below. We have this amazing editing team. They are called the S2S Studio, and they can edit your videos for a very affordable cost. We have a bunch of different package plans, and they do an incredible job. They do a turnaround so quickly. And so if that interests you, if you're looking to outsource your first thing, then definitely be an editor and check out ours down below. Another thing you can do is making sure you have posts that kind of regularly go out. You can schedule these in any kind of format. So if you're using Facebook especially, then you can like post or schedule a bunch of posts that will go out through the week so that you don't have to be looking at them all the time. However, they can be engaging posts, like maybe some polls, like if you are a coach, for example, you can ask like, oh, hey, have you done your goals for this week yet? Or where are you at with your goals? And then you can like ask a little poll and people can respond to that and engage with it. Or what we like to do in our community is every Friday we say Feedback Friday. So we put up the Feedback Friday post, and then people leave us links to their latest videos and we give them feedback on it. They can guarantee that from us because that's what we said that we would do when they bought into our membership. And so there's so many clever ways that you can nourish your community, but just make sure that you're doing it in a really wholesome way that people really feel like they are included and they're really getting what they paid for, and that they're just like even more excited to know you and be around you. Like that is the whole point of the community part of it. All right, and so if you are a YouTube creator and you are trying to find ways to outsource or be able to scale your business without being there all the time so that you can have so many more hours back to yourself, so that you can have a spacious schedule and focus on money moves instead of dreading your YouTube channel, then we invite you to go to our application to apply for our private live session. If you are accepted, you will be able to access this private session where we talk about how are you going to scale a six-figure business so that you don't have to be there all the time. So if that interests you, apply down below. It's the first link, and we hope to see you there. All right, and so there is our video on community and making sure that you are embracing your community and nurturing your community as best as you can. If you want to keep going and see maybe where else you can scale and develop in your business, then check out this video over here. This is where Elizabeth is going to explain what areas you should be outsourcing right now. All right, I'll see you next time.
All right, we heard you, so let's talk about it. Now, the last time I was talking about outsourcing on this channel, y'all ate that up, but the most common question that I got was similar to this comment here. And I totally get it. When you are well over capacity,